So today we will talk about the strategic playbook for early stage founder fundraising, and specifically moving away from high volume outreach idea. And we have to talk about why that had to stop immediately. So it's not a lottery, it's a matching process. Um, and that volume based method is not about failed to work, but is about signal desperation. So it's negative. The goal is not just about convenience, it has to be about conviction. So you need precision over volume. So you need the best founder curate the investor lead with the same way they design their products. So it's also a design process. So if it's a design process, what defines the perfect match? So there's a framework filter to 5 layers you should apply to your investor list, and that initial list can be huge, like maybe more than 200 investor name. So you have to verify 5 things before you even think about outreach. So first, it's about the thesis fit. So is there investor that align with your products? So second is about stay pitch. So don't pitch your pre-revenue startup to a firm that does serial A. And check size, can they lead the round, or are they only going to follow someone else? Then they are geography, do they focus on local, or are they okay with the remote? And the fifth one is about the personality fit. It's a long-term partnership that about trust and respect that you need for long-term journey. And a warm intro that converts into a first call something like 30 or 40% of the time. So compared to the cold outreach, you're looking at 15 to 15% on a good day. So that graph tells you everything about psychology of the investor. They prioritize validated, trusted leads. And you have to remember that it takes an average 4 to 6 meaningful touch point to get to a reply, substantial replies. So it's not a one-shot deal. So if everything is about just warm introduction, how did you even generate that? So let's look at the case study. So about T-Diddlity case study, they built their credibility before the pitch, and they did it with transparency. So they basically use the execution as the data room. They publicly share their progress, their OKR, even founder letters. They open about the wins and the misses. So this consistency builds so much trust. It generated inbound interest because VC had already been watching them succeed for months. And And then there's large deal case study, which is a little bit different, the strategy on credibility. They leverage the deep technical expertise as a kind of relational currencies. So they use their scientific advisor to get these qualified contextual high trust introduction to specialized VCs to get to VC in bioinformatics. So the advisor will essentially pre-vetting them for the investor. And it proved the point that your network is really your first data room. It makes everything faster and on signal that the founder, even when they have investors are evaluating your execution from the very first interaction. So every single email, every follow-up is a test. So what's the step that the founder should take? First, you have to check everything. Run your fundraise like a professional sales. Using Airtable or Notion to log every meeting note, every follow-up. And in your outreach, you have to show you've done the research. Reference a recent investment they make or blog post they wrote. Prove the fit. Don't just state it. What really stands out is the smart tactic for converting rejection into actual opportunities. And asking investor what they could need to see from you in 6 months to reconsider. So it turned a closed door into a warm lead for the future. So when you look at all of this, is the more fundraising starts way before you actually need the money. So the knowledge here is that trust and those high conversion introduction, they just take time to build up. So if your network is truly your first data room, the question you need to ask isn't just who do I know? It's what data does my network currently hold about me? The most strategic founders are already engaging with the target investor 3, even 6 months before they plan to raise a single $.